Maybe you're wondering, what is a freelance copywriter? And maybe you're curious if being a copywriter is a potential fit for you, your goals, but you want to learn more about it. Perfect. By the end of this video, I'll walk you through what a freelance copywriter is, and it feels juicy, exciting, heart-racing, what it takes to be one. I'm going to go into the logistics, the trainings, just all of what it takes. For the best advice on writing a copywriter career, pursuing your goals fearlessly, fiercely, decisively, and unleashing the real you throughout, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post videos so you can keep getting supported here in this community with me together. So if we haven't had the pleasure of meeting before, I'm Allison, and I went from an intern at a production company, graduated with an English degree, but I didn't know what to do with it. And I had no idea what a copywriter was, to be honest. Then I heard the term copywriter for the first time, and as I learned more about what that career actually meant, I knew my life was changed forever. So I'm gonna go into freelance copywriting, not only what it means, but what it doesn't mean, what's required to become one, what really the life of a copywriter, freelance copywriter looks like day to day, and I can't wait to share more of this with you. So freelance copywriter is a copywriter who makes a living through writing advertising and marketing words. Specifically, copy itself as a term. Copy is just an ad lingo, the term that means words for marketing, advertising, words that sell. So copy is anything that's on a website or sales page, product packaging, on an ad. So the copy is words that are selling. The freelance copywriter is someone who is coming in typically from the outside, not necessarily an employee of the company, and they are getting to work with designers, to work with other people potentially like developers or video creators, producers, editors, and they get to know what are the visuals, what is the message, what is the goal of a project, and the freelance copywriter comes in and creates the words. It is writing the sentences, the paragraphs, is writing the words that bring all that out, and then work with designers to bring it to life, the video editors, and bring these other pieces, and the copywriter is really just focused on the words. So a copywriter is the person, the human who is writing these advertorial words. Now, a freelance copywriter is someone who's freelance, out on their own. So they're not necessarily working with a specific company. So if you are like me, a freelance copywriter, where I was for years, I was working with many different companies, agencies where I was a contractor. So I wasn't a full-time employee, but getting to choose which projects I took on and getting to write and hop on these different teams and with these different companies as they needed me. Now to confirm, here's what a copywriter is not. So a copywriter is not the legal copywriting, R-I-G-H-T-I-N-G, copyright. So copyright, R-I-G-H-T, is the legal act of securing rights for protecting one's art, inventions, ideas. And yes, over the years, I've gotten many people asking me if I can trademark a name for their company, and I explain I am the copywriter who writes AdWords on websites and writes content, and that I am not a lawyer. So yes, as a freelance writer, I don't give legal advice, I don't channel law and order, although I did dream of being a lawyer when as a youth I saw Legally Blonde, and definitely joined my university's law school club for a semester when I went through a deep 6 months of researching schools like Yale and Harvard and Berkeley, thinking maybe I would want to be a lawyer, and realized that was not the path that was meant for me. In fact, one reason I realized being a freelance copywriter was the path for me was because of things that I get to do I didn't know were possible, that are so unique to this career. So as a freelance copywriter, you are a marketing and ad writer. You are taking this really unique integration of strategy and science along with creativity and words as an art form and really combining it. You are researching a product, offer, service, getting to know a company or a personal brand. You're digging into an audience, because a freelance copywriter is someone who's coming in and really getting to know a company's audience and what they need, what their pain points are, what is it they're going through, who are these human beings, what are the emotions, what is the psychology that they are coming from to decide to buy a product or a service. And you're taking all these strategies and the detailed side of marketing, sort of analytical side, and rooting also into the emotions. Because a lot of us freelance copywriters, we love the scientific element, and we're also centered. We like to know how human beings tick, what makes them think and make decisions. So now I'm going to tap into the work itself on what a freelance copywriter does and logistically what it means to be paid and work with brands and companies as a freelance copywriter. So first, freelance copywriter is an umbrella for working on a variety of projects, materials, endeavors. Every person in this sort of field and what they do is going to look different depending on the person and their unique niches or niche. So that could be them writing promo copy, sales copy, landing pages, order pages for more of a virtual freelance copywriter, promotional emails, and then website copy, social media ads. Well, there's different types. I mean, they're a product copywriter and they're doing packaging copy, words of copy, the slips that go into the slips of paper that like go into the boxes with the copy, or the boxes themselves, words that are written on those. Now, these are just some ways on what this person is and what a freelance copywriter can do for a living. Actually, for more on this, to learn more about proven ways that I've really made money as a copywriter, you want to check out this video here where I walk through real, legit ways I have made money as a copywriter in my business, and it's going to appear on the screen. So you can click that and watch that after this video. Now, for the nuanced element of really what and who is a copywriter, a freelance copywriter too, there's someone who enjoys the puzzle. I've often found, especially for me and all the copywriters I know, it's this puzzle of copywriting. Someone who likes to take the pieces of the founder or CEO of a company's desires and user research and surveys that the company has gotten and goals for upcoming quarters, as well as the emotional benefits and things they see for the consumer, for the audience, trends that are happening right now, and tweaking and hacking and pulling and putting together syllables and flipping sentences and enjoying all these piles of information of research gathered and pulling it in for this puzzle of creating clear, crisp, powerful, concise sentences, the ad copy and marketing words. Because a freelance copywriter is both a deep soul cave miner, mining for information to the depths of psychology and really the very human soul itself, whatever it is that they're writing to sell. I've worked for companies that remove asbestos, and I've worked for vegan brands and mindfulness and therapist courses. I've done a lot of different things, but no matter what, a freelance copywriter is someone who is mining into the depths of so many parts of the emotional elements, the psychological elements, the strategic elements, and they tend to be an observer. They tend to be an observer of what others don't see, and coming in to express this and really do the epitome of expression and bring forward the words that speak to the audience. Again, whether that's through the packaging copy or naming a product or naming a course or writing a sales page, they are taking the puzzle of all these different pieces and delivering it into the form of self-expression that is writing. That is who and what a freelance copywriter really is. And maybe that's you. So in a few seconds, I'm going to go into what it takes to be a freelance copywriter. If you now know a bit more about what it is and logistically, procedurally, operationally, we're going to go into more of who is a fit, what is required, do you need to go to copywriting school, and such questions. First, I have to know, do you think you want to pursue freelance copywriting? Is this something that is speaking to your heart? Comment yes below. And especially if you are a writer and you know the power of words and you're feeling stoked, if you are thinking, ooh, I think I do want to be a freelance copywriter. I didn't quite know this career existed, or I sort of knew what this was, but didn't know the term. If you want to declare that, comment below, say yes, tell me you're excited, pump it up. Let's have this virtual party in our corner of the internet right here together, coming together, confetti up and everywhere. And then we'll keep marching forward. And even if part of you has doubt, thinking, can I be this? This all sounds great, but how do I pursue that? Or I don't feel I'm an expert in it or trained in it yet. That's not even the point. Just, do you feel excited about it? Does this sound like something you would, if you could snap your fingers and it was existing in the world and you woke up tomorrow and your job was being a freelance copywriter? Comment yes. Okay, so speaking to you and you're like, wow, this is sounding great, but logistically, procedurally, what does this mean? What is a freelance copywriter in the world on paper? So a freelance copywriter is someone who's typically a contractor, as we say in the United States, probably on a 1099 versus an employee. Now, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an accountant, so I'm not going to go deep into the tax and the contract side of things. So if you do decide to pursue this, we definitely want to have some of the professional legal support on those things to make sure the logistics are all in check. So not only legally, logistically, are there differences when you are working as a freelancer versus being an employee under a company with regards to contracts, how the times and hours are set, and all of those elements. There's also a different feeling, nuanced connotation to being a freelance copywriter. So I found in my experience, the main difference in being hired as a third party and not as an employee is one, I got to pick the projects and a timeline. So freelance copywriters have more freedom in picking their projects, what they take on and what they don't. And this leads to two, a freelance copywriter, because we're going to pick and choose, gets more selective in the type of work that they are taking on. So for example, there was times where years into my career, I was really honing and niching into what I really wanted to work on. And so there's quite a chunk of years where I began to niche more to brands that focused on female identifying women, female identifying CEOs, founders, and companies, empowering those who identify as women and females. So again, this is like freelance copy. There is more nuances that also to what it means to run a freelance copywriting business. But if you want to learn more about the different types of copywriting and career paths, there are different ways to go about it. So I do walk through the very specific ways to have a copywriting career and different options that can entail. In this video, it's going to appear right here, types of copywriting paths. Click, click, click. I do want to remember that this was a job career that I didn't know existed, and I was an English degree. I didn't know there was someone who you could hear the visuals, know the goals of a company, and you get to come in and create the words. So this is sounding exciting and juicy and titillating, but maybe part of you is also going, where do I begin? What's required? Are the certifications I need? To be honest, I started from my living room table that was passed down from multiple roommates before me, and I was typing on a 13-inch scratched up laptop. And yes, I was an English degree, but honestly, that is not a lot of what came into my copywriting business in many ways. In fact, I actually had to sort of relearn a lot of things I had learned as an English literature student, to be quite candid. And I started to pursue projects I thought exciting and didn't have a specific certification. There are copywriting schools and programs and trainings, but I didn't do some of those until later, and I still don't technically have any copywriting certification. And I've been doing this for 7 years. Now, I did pursue coaching and programs where I learned and really honed my skills, but I don't have a sort of official professional certification in copywriting. For how to be one, if the first thing is listening to that calling and saying and really integrating into your body, I think I want to go for this. I think this is something I want to pursue and try out and experiment in, being a freelance copywriter. It's sort of making that decision you even want to try and play in it. That's the first thing. And who is probably going to be a great fit is someone who likes what I like to call creativity with constraints. So in English class, for example, in high school, I always loved when we were giving projects that had prompts, and I had to be creative, but with systems and with questions and with parameters. I thought that was very exciting. I liked how it stretched my creativity. Check out these next videos on how to pursue freelance copywriting boldly. And if you like this video, please be sure to subscribe and share with someone else. Maybe someone else you think might want to be a writer, or to share someone where you're interested in this career path and you want them to know, whoa, does this sound like me? Oh my gosh, if you're just excited about this potential opportunity, share this video with them. And I'm so excited for what's possible for you.